Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 6th episode of On the Clock. Today will be an NFL-specific episode, and we'll upload an NBA one on Thursday or Friday. First, we're going to talk about Christian McCaffrey and Cam Akers possibly being on the move. Scotty, Jace, you guys got any thoughts?
Panthers underperforming this year. I mean, they weren't seen to be a great team, but they don't want to be wasting CMC's talent when they know they can get more draft capital, kind of tank this year, get a better pick. I think that's what they're kind of looking to do. Take CMC off of their books, maybe move him to the Rams. You think the Rams could set up a package with Cam Akers and some picks to see if they get that going? I don't know if they will, but I think CMC's probably on the move here.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say I told you so, but I did kind of talk about last week packaging Akers and some picks for Christian McCaffrey. I got my sources, but I can't reveal them at this time. But I think both of them were probably on the move. I would just say if one were to stay, I could probably see Akers staying in LA. Other possible locations, maybe Kansas City for Akers. I don't know if the Rams would consider trading him to another Super Bowl contender. But I think the Chiefs could possibly buy in on Akers. And then CMC, I'd say probably the best fit would be Los Angeles in that passing game. Jace, anything?
I mean, if there's any trades, I feel like, it'd be better towards the Panthers side. Akers with a couple picks for CMC. I mean, Darrell Henderson's kind of the workhorse now. I mean, Akers isn't doing much anymore, so, I mean.
Yeah, in other news, Gronk is now an analyst on Fox Sports for the remainder of the season, so welcome to the we welcome him into the broadcast world.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've been in this game for a long time,
Years.
Yeah, years, long time. But we're glad to have Gronk. We think he's great for the...
really fits his personality.
Yeah, he's great for the business. All right, Carson Wentz is hurt. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. Taylor Heineke is back. Jace, the head coach in Washington was saying the difference between them and the rest of the teams in the division was their quarterback. Do you think Taylor Heineke can kind of make up for some of Carson Wentz's mistakes?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they don't – like the Washington – offense isn't that bad. Like, they have some weapons. I mean, I know
Antonio Gibson?
Yeah, Antonio. I know Antonio's not doing much, but, I mean, they have McLaurin and Samuel. So, I mean, I don't know why they can't, get the ball to those two. But, I mean, I feel like Tyler Heineke could step up and perform pretty well.
Yeah, because what was it? Was it last year or 2 years ago that he made the playoffs?
No, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, they played against the Bucks, but yeah
2 years.
We're glad to see him back as a starter. Okay, and then we have the Robbie Anderson trade. Robbie Anderson was traded to the Arizona Cardinals for, I believe, a 6th and 7th round draft pick. 6th round being in 2025 for the 7th, I think. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it really helps. I mean, of course, the Panthers losing a receiver, but there were some bad things going on between receiver, head coach, receiving coach. So they needed to get him out of there. But he's now in the Cardinals offense, who will have D-Hop coming back here. And,
this week,
This week,
yeah.
D-Hop's coming back this week, and I think that really helps open up the offense for Kyler Murray. He's got D-Hop, Marquise Brown, and now Robbie Anderson. I think he has a lot of weapons, plus Zach Ertz as a
tight end,
an older tight end who knows the game well.
James Conner as well.
I think that offense is going to take a step up now, especially with those 2 new receivers coming into the mix. I think James Robinson might be injured. I'm not sure. He came out of last week's game a little stumbled. But I think that there'll be a new and improved offense. I think this really helps them.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of, you want to touch on this?
Yeah. So Cardinals play. I'm pretty sure it's Thursday night against the Saints. So do you guys think D-Hop's playing? I know he's coming back.
Well, I think D-Hop will play. When we talk about fantasy, I don't know if I'd start him this week unless you're in a 32-man league, just because coming off of a suspension, and didn't he miss the end of last year?
Yeah, for some injury, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, just not playing for that long. I don't know if he'll see the snap percentage we're used to, but I would probably hold off starting him this week.
For sure.
So sticking with some explosive offenses, the Chiefs and the Bills game. That was the Sunday afternoon game, and it was a good one. What were your thoughts on that?
It's kind of sad the Chiefs lost, but team came out kind of both slow for both teams, but I think in the end they were both kind of going back and forth at each other. Mahomes made a mistake that, doesn't make all the time. Misread the play, interception, ended the game. Sad to see him lose, but I think they'll both see each other again in the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely think our paths are going to cross. Jace, any other thoughts?
I'm a Chiefs fan, but if that's a good Bills win. They now have the tiebreaker on us and whatnot, and I see us playing them again soon. So.
Yeah, and the Chiefs are still in first place in the AFC East. We're the East, right?
West.
Yeah, the West. So we're 4-2 as well as the Chargers, but since we beat the Chargers on that Thursday night game, we have the tiebreaker. Next week the Chiefs play the Niners and the Chargers play the Seahawks. That Monday night game, what were your guys' thoughts? The Chargers scored 19, Broncos put up 16, which for their offense feels like
a lot.
Like 50.
Yeah, Broncos scored more than 10 points in a game, and still kind of, I wouldn't say a boring game, but kind of a slower paced game. But a Broncos game nonetheless. I think they went to overtime, kind of changed things up for the Broncos, but still ended up losing this one to the Chargers. Overtime, both teams just couldn't seem to get a first down. Like, they were both fighting for first downs that whole overtime until a big muffed punt came into the game and gave the Chargers really good field position to just kick a nice chip shot field goal.
Yeah. For sure. That Eckler touchdown run, man, that was a nice one. He was dragging what seemed like 3 or 4 guys into the end zone with him, carrying our fantasy teams on his back. Jace, any other little thoughts on the game?
It's a pretty low scoring game when you get a turnover for the All right, I'll say that. It's a low scoring game when the Broncos get a turnover and they can only kick a field goal, and that's the best field position they've ever had in that whole game. They're at like the 39-yard line or something, and they only can kick a field goal. So not much offense going through, but hopefully the Broncos can turn it up. They've had like at least half of their games are primetime games, so I don't know why they have so much.
Yeah, they've had 4
little
this
offense.
season.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We're going to move into some college football here. K-State had their bye week this week. Next week they're at number 11 TCU, and for sole control of first place in the Big 12. Both teams are 3-0 in Big 12 play. K-State, of course, with the one loss, now ranked Tulane, which does make that win look a little bit better, or that loss look a little bit better. And they still, technically, are still alive for the college football playoffs. Any thoughts on that? Because we have 3 more ranked games this season: TCU, OSU, and Texas.
K-State's balling right now. Martinez is showing like he's a true quarterback. People would say they miss Sky Thompson, but in my opinion, probably Martinez is probably better than 7th-year senior Skyler.
Yeah, Scotty?
I don't know, say they win out. I don't know if they'll make the college football playoffs. I think they'll be up there for sure. But it'd be different to see the AP let them in, and I think I know the AP is not the best, and they're really biased towards those.
The Alabamas and the Georgias, yeah.
So.
They're just scared, Haters gonna hate, but it's whatever. All right, so unranked KU at unranked OU. What are your thoughts?
So Kansas plays OU this past weekend. It's our 2nd game losing streak now with Jalen Daniels out, and we need him back. Jason Bean's not cutting it for us. We might have to drop him.
Get someone off the waiver wire?
Yeah, something like that. But Kansas lost by 10, 52-42. And, after the first half, KU started going back and forth with OU, but they were already up by 2 or 3 touchdowns. Even though we were going back and forth, we can't really catch up after. But our defense gave their quarterback their first, I think it was 3 turnovers that game. He hasn't had a turnover, their quarterback, for the whole year, and we gave it to him, so shows our defense is elite.
All right, we will be back after this commercial break with some more trivia and a sports movie draft.
The Rose Hill Vet Clinic is a clinic that offers pet exams, adoptions, and other pet services. You can find them at 110 North Rose Hill Road. They are open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays and closed on Saturdays and Sundays. You can contact them at 316-776-0040. They are locally owned and have been in business since 1982.
Welcome back, everybody. This week's draft is going to be sports movies. We have Thomas Clausen here in studio with us, and he's going to have the first pick.
I think going off for number 1 this week, I think we're going to have to go with Happy Gilmore.
Right, Happy Gilmore.
Solid movie. I think here at the 1-2, great movie, great basketball movie. I'm thinking a little older movie, but
Gosh dang it.
I'm going to go Hoosiers. Solid pick.
Ooh. How's it going?
All right, not where I thought where you were going with that one, but that leaves me in a good position to take the one that I thought might go in one of the first two in Coach Carter.
Good one. Sticking with the same basketball type movies, I mean, one of the greatest movies of all time. Not 2, but 1. Space Jam #1, baby.
Good pick. All right.
And I got the turnaround pick, so, I mean, sticking with basketball, I feel like I might get this one coming back, so I'm going to go 42.
Ooh, good pick.
Jackie Robinson.
All right, I'm going to go a little bit off script here. I'm going to take Talladega Nights.
How's it going?
I think here in my second round pick, one of the greatest upsets of all time, hockey movie actually.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to go with Miracle here. I feel like a solid pick.
Very good movie. All right, Thomas?
I think for my number 2, I'm going to have to go with Remember the Titans.
Ooh, good pick. All right, and then your third pick?
I think we're going to have to go with, let's go with The Sandlot.
I was going to try again.
Yeah, I was trying to take that there. All right.
Okay, now with my pick coming back around, I think I'm going to go Rudy here, just a movie we all used to watch as when we were younger, older. I mean, the movie goes whenever.
All right, yeah, kind of sticking with the Talladega Night-esque movies, but this time we're going to switch over to football. I'm going to take Adam Sandler and The Waterboy.
How's it going?
Yeah.
So I have a basketball one. I'm gonna go football here. The Blind Side.
Ooh, good pick.
I like that.
Good
So,
pick.
and then I was thinking this one's gonna come back to me, but I know Scotty has watched this one. Hustle. It was a good one.
That's a really good one. Yeah. All right, I'm left here to make a decision, and it's not a very hard one. I'm going to take Mighty Ducks.
There you go. Not sure how this fell to me. I guess nobody wrote this one down on their list. No thought in mind. Rocky.
That's what
Rocky.
That would have been my next one.
Rocky's here. Rocky's there. I mean, Rocky's everywhere.
All right, over to Thomas now. You got your last two picks.
So I think for my 4th pick, I'm going to go ahead and take Karate Kid. I think it's pretty solid. Then for my 5th pick, I think we're going to have to go with Moneyball.
Gosh dang it.
Good picks, man. I was going to take Karate Kid. That was my 5th round sleep. All right, Scotty, who you got with your 5th and final pick?
With my 5th pick, I'm going to go with A League of Their Own. Solid movie.
Good pick. All right. So I know for a fact none of you guys even had this on your list, and it should be. It should have been a first-round pick, but I knew I could get this great value in the 5th round. It's a rookie racer that bursts onto the scene. You got a veteran, and then you got kind of your cocky racer. And I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. Cars.
Ooh.
Yes, it is.
I was
It's
thinking
racing.
I was going to ask
It's a
Scotty
good
the
one.
same question. Is Cars a racing? Is it a sports movie?
Yeah,
It's
a racing movie. It's about sports and life.
That's what I'm thinking. But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I
one
don't
of
know.
the. I'd argue to say Cars is a top 10 movie all time, and
Oh, absolutely.
anybody can fight me on that.
Absolutely.
All right. After this controversy, Jace, you want to take our last pick?
So I only wrote a couple on here, and I was kind of scrambling to find another one, but this came to mind. Marshall. Good
We Are
football
Marshall,
movie.
yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that'll be my last pick.
So great teams. Do we want to recap real quick? Jace, go ahead.
I got 42, Hustle, The Blind Side, Space Jam 1, and then We Are the Marshall.
All right, I have Coach Carter, Talladega Nights, Waterboy, Mighty Ducks, and Cars.
With my 5, I got Hoosiers, Rudy, Miracle, Rocky, and a league of their own. And I think I'm off the waivers. I might pick up Airbud.
Yeah.
Airbuds.
You know, another pass the mic back here real quick. Another couple waiver claims I got down are Cool Runnings, and then Glory Road, both really solid movies, and then Cars 2 and Cars 3, which are equally as good as the first. All right, Thomas, you want to recap for us real quick?
So for my number 1 pick, I had Happy Gilmore. I had Remember the Titans, The Sandlot, Karate Kid, and Moneyball. I think one of my honorable mentions would be Bad News Bears or Caddyshack.
All right, Thomas, thank you for coming on, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. All right, welcome back to the greatest segment on earth, the On the Clock trivia. So today, in honor of opening night, most of our trivia is going to be NBA based. So who won the first ever NBA game? A, the Toronto Huskies, B, the Los Angeles Lakers, C, the New York Knicks, or D, LeBron James?
I think LeBron D is a good option, but I don't think I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with the weird answer. The Knicks.
Oh, the Knicks. Okay. Yeah, D's a good answer. LeBron James, longevity. I'm pretty sure he played back then.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. But, I mean, Huskies. I mean, that sounds like a weird name that would be back then. So, I mean, I'm going to go Huskies.
All right, Jace, unfortunately, you're wrong.
So is it the Knicks?
We need to...
Bill B.
Well, it's probably the Knicks.
All right. So, Jace, unfortunately, you are wrong. The Toronto Huskies did not win the first ever NBA game. They actually lost the first ever NBA game. Scotty, with the New York Knicks, you are correct.
Yes.
All right, on opening night, who scored the most ever points? A, Kyrie Irving, B, Elgin Baylor, C, Wilt, or D, Michael Jordan?
Oh, I'll go first on this one.
You
I
want
got the last one right. I'll go first. Wilt, stat filler. I don't think he had it. Kyrie, not him.
No.
I'm gonna go Elgin Baylor. You know, my dog back in the 50s, 60s. Big baller. I mean, I think opening day, boy balled out.
So does Jordan just not even make the list
No,
at that point? No,
Jordan's nobody.
No, okay.
He's not very good, from what I recall.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you put nobodies on that list, so I'm just have to go Elgin Baylor. I mean,
All right, if we want to come back to me. You guys are both incorrect. It was actually C, Wilt. All right, who was the first player inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame? A, George Mikan, B, Bob Cousy, C, Paul Blart, or D, Pistol Pete Maravich? Switch.
Can you? I already forgot the questions.
I don't think it was Pistol Pete. And I don't think, is Bob Cousy in there? Yeah, he is. But people are debating if he should be or not. I'm going to go A on this one. I'm going to go George Mikan.
Yeah, I was also going to go Mikan. I mean, the Mikan drill. Very known drill. So I'm going to go Mikan.
You guys are both correct. Yeah, as a bigger guy myself, I'm very familiar with the George Mikan drill, and so you guys are both correct. Scotty, you have the lead 2-1. Who is the winningest head coach of all time? A, Greg Popovich, B, Don Nelson, C, Pat Riley, or D, Steve Kerr?
I got this. So we're thinking winningest. I mean, Golden State's been winning quite a while, but Steve Kerr, I mean, he hasn't been he's not relevant. What was some of the other ones? Sorry.
Greg Popovich, Don Nelson, Pat Riley.
Pat Riley sounds like a good name, so I'm gonna go him.
I know it's between Pat Riley and Don Nelson. I know those two are up there. But I think I'm going to go Don Nelson on this one. Change it up a little different.
All right, you guys are both again incorrect. It was actually Greg Popovich. So we got the score tied 2-1 going into the final question, which is not NBA, so I think Jace might have a shot here. We're going to have Scotty go first since he's in the lead. Who scored the most fantasy points this week? A, Matt Ryan, B, Josh Allen, C, Tyreek Hill, D, Joe Shiesty. Switch.
I mean, Joe did have a pretty nice game towards the end of it. But I'm going to go with kind of a different pick because you saw the Falcons won this week.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Matt Ryan.
All right, Jace.
Okay, so you go through all that. Yeah, Joe Burrow had a pretty good game. I'm thinking it is going to be a quarterback, so, I mean, I know. I'm going to go Joe Burrow here.
Switch. All right, Jace, Scotty. This one came down to the wire. Scotty, I'm going to have to inform you Matt Ryan no longer plays for the Falcons.
Oh,
He's actually the Colts quarterback.
I'm smart.
But that would not have mattered because the highest points per reception fantasy point scorer was Joe Burrow. The score is tied 2-2. Now, there's only one way to settle this like men. Switch the camera.
I said Joe Burrow.
You said Joe Burrow. Yeah. It was right. Adam, switch the camera. There's only one way to settle this like men. Rock, paper, scissors. Best 2 out of 3. 1-0.
Good.
1-1.
Good.
Everything is on the line, men. Here we go. And Jace is victorious. All right, we're going to go to commercial real quick, and we'll be right back with Rocket Sports.
The Rose Hill Public Library is a great community center in Rose Hill. They offer books, movies, and puzzles. They also have story time for children and free internet access, along with printing and faxing available. They are located at 306 North Rose Hill Road, Rose Hill, Kansas. They are open 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays, and they are closed on Fridays and Sundays.
All right, guys, welcome back to week 3 of...
Come on, man.
Here to start off week 3, we're taken to Teddy Bridgewater and the Dolphins versus Jets game. Teddy Bridgewater gets put in for one play, former quarterback of the Denver Broncos, gets put in for one play and gets sacked and taken down and is now on concussion protocol.
Come on, man.
That's sad. Going over to the Cincinnati versus Baltimore game, they go for a fake play here, or trick play, and he gets sacked way back in the backfield. Like, this is horrible.
Marcus Peters, baby. Come on, man.
All right, and then we take back to Monday's Chiefs versus Raiders game where Chris Jones sacks Derek Carr. And the refs call this a roughing the passer. But as you can clearly tell, Chris Jones takes the ball out of Derek Carr's hand, and it, in my opinion, is a fumble recovery. And it's Chiefs ball. Like, this is a horrible call, and if you could have been in Kansas City to hear this or hear it over the TV, the fans were booing for 5 minutes straight.
Chiefs versus the refs, am I right?
All right, guys, that's all we have for you for week 3. Tune in next week for week 4. We got some good clips for you guys, some good things coming up. See you guys next week. Peace out.
See ya.
A busy sports week here in Rose Hill. The 3-3 Rocket football team on Friday traveled to Bueller. Coming off a 3-game win streak, the Rockets came up short, losing 21-3 against Bueller. The Rockets will host Wellington this Friday night for senior night, and with the chance to host the first home playoff game since 2020. All right, Scotty?
The Rocket soccer team is looking to go 11-4-1 after tonight, where they play at Circle. Looking to go to regionals next week as the 4 seed and go from there.
All right, Jace, you want to wrap us up with some volleyball?
Volleyball has been playing pretty well this past week, and they're going to Clay Center for regionals this Saturday.
And then the Rocket cross country team did very well at their regionals meet, no, league meet. Yeah, league meet, and they'll be going to regionals this Thursday or Saturday. Thank you for watching On the Clock, and we will be back on Thursday or Friday with a NBA special.